Okay, I have a confession to make. I have been lying to you all. I have said on multiple occasions that I'm done with my Miku X Strawberry cosplay, but I don't think that's true anymore. And I say anymore because I bought stuff to continue working on Miku, but I have just gotten so burnt out on it that I needed a break. However, I have an absurd amount of white satin to make new skirts and a new top with that I hope is enough. It should be enough because it's like 6 yards. And I'm redoing the fork, which I think this looks pretty dang good. I don't want to say phenomenal, but this is probably the best looking prop that I've made so far, and I'm not done with it. Ignore the holes here. Those will be covered up. I'm going to work on this in probably a few weeks. I think I'm going to work on Strawberry Miku some more today. And I think I've learned a very important lesson about build books, because the last time I quote-unquote redid Strawberry Miku, I spent a lot of time redoing the build book because I was like so sure I would get into the cosplay competition, but I should not have done that because the day I even past the time that I submitted my application for the cosplay competition for AwesomeCon this year, I kept working on Miku. And if I had thought about it, I knew I would have been still working on Miku like for a while after like she was finished or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but from now on I'm not gonna make a build book until like I know I'm in the competition. Like, I'll have the pieces to make a build book, but I won't physically make it until the cosplay's done or close enough. But I'm gonna work on Miku some more. I do have other projects I need to work on too, including my Cirque du Soleil cosplay, but I'm kind of holding off on that because I have to figure out something. But I think I finally figured out how I'm gonna continue on Miku, because I've also been stuck up on that a little bit. And can I just say, it is almost 2 a.m. My sleep schedule is the worst it's ever been, but that's because of my travels recently, so I think it's a little worth it at least. But we're gonna do some measurements and work on remaking the skirts for Miku. I just realized that I need to find my sketchbook again so I can write down my measurements and like re-sketch the skirt because I keep patterning it wrong, and I have to do ruffles again, but this time I'm gonna do it differently. For example, I used to do them like this where it's kind of just like pleats instead, which I mean this looks fine, but for Miku, like the Miku I'm doing, that's not what I want. Also, this is kind of ugly. I don't know. I'm gonna fix it, but maybe I'll put the water drop here. I think it's pretty. I might even use this as like a Ren Fair outfit because I wanted to do like a water fairy look. I think this would be cute for that. Also, yes, it is a mess in here again. Don't judge me. I'll get to it. Guess I'm gonna get started. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna record, but just letting you all know that I'm working on Miku again. Alright, let's go. Just realized I recorded that whole thing zoomed in, so we're gonna do this again. I made the skirt, I ruffled it, and I put it on like the blouse thing. Obviously I haven't put any details on it yet, but this took me about 2 hours, which it probably was longer than it should have been. But the part that really took me a long time, I made the lining for the cincher, and I like fully boned it, so I really like how it looks, and I cannot wait. I do need to obviously make the red part to put on here, but then we'll be good to go. So I'm also a little sick right now, and I'm gonna be out of town next week, but we're gonna keep working. I'm gonna work on the wig next, so yeah. So it's been a minute since I've recorded. I don't remember the last thing I worked on, if I recorded it. I finished the base of the dress that I am redoing for Miku. It fits perfectly over the hoop skirt.
I might have to make some kind of padding, but that won't be an issue anymore because for the wig I thought I bought only a yard of fabric, but it turns out it was actually 40 yards of tulle, so that's cool. Also, I did what I thought would be the hardest part of this cosplay. I made the cincher. Now obviously I have to cover it in red fabric and I have to order that, and I don't have the money for that right now. But once I do, this is practically done. I have the grommets and I think I have ribbon I can use for this. So we're all good on that. I'm happy that this is almost done because this was the scariest part to make and this fits me perfectly. But tonight I want to work on my wig because I am redoing it a little bit. I might end up doing like the helmet wig, which I don't know, I'm a little nervous about that because I've never done it before and I don't have anything that's like the size of my head and I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to watch a video, but maybe I can use like some kind of clay to sculpt one of my foam heads to be my size. That's for later me to figure out. Tonight I just need to get all the bows and ribbons and hair clips and everything out and then wash my wig. I've been sick for over a week now, I think. You guys will probably remember when I posted that video saying I was sick. That is still the week after that for me. Also, I'm going to be out of town next week, which I still haven't packed for. Oh, and I also need to figure out how I'm going to do the long skirt for the strawberries. And then when I do finish that, I need a lot of new beads. I want to get beads instead of using these again because I don't have enough left over and I don't think I can peel it off of the old one, and also just because I found some better looking ones. I also want to use ribbon and that green felt that I used for the leaves, like the green craft felt with the sparkles. I want to use that. Maybe I'll even bead that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, tonight we're just gonna work on getting all the stuff off the wig and washing it and hanging up to dry for tomorrow. Can I just say, I've gotten to the point in sewing where people are starting to ask me to make them stuff, and it's at the point where I'm not asking for money because, I mean, one of them is just so simple and I just haven't done it yet, and I could do it tonight. And the other one, I don't know if I should be saying this, but my coworker wants me to make him a prototype of something really, really amazing. So I wouldn't charge him for that in a million years. What he's doing is really cool and I want to help in any way that I can. Oh, don't judge me for how messy it is in here. Again, I'm sick and I haven't been able to clean stuff properly. Oh my god, I have ribbon. Dude, hold on. This is perfect for what I need. It's probably not enough. Chat, did we hit the jackpot? I thought this bag was empty. Chat. Well, okay, I don't even remember what I was going to use this for. But ribbon is easy to get, and I might have more, not of this, but, well, that was lucky. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's work on this wig. I just realized I did something kind of stupid. When I was fixing this up for AwesomeCon this year, I decided it would be fun to cover it in glitter, but I used glitter spray paint, like a top coat for spray paint, and I hope it didn't ruin this wig. If it did, I'm not totally opposed to starting over, but that would really suck. Like, the wig feels fine where the glitter is, I'm just a little anxious, and also just realized that I'm going to be covered in glitter, which is not something new for me. This onesie was totally clean and fresh when I started this. Let's keep going. Alright, now that that's done, let's make some wig soup. Welcome to my laundry room. Today we're going to be making wig soup. Okay, I'm going to show you this actually, 1 second. Ignore how nasty this sink looks. I just cleaned it. It's perfectly clean, but we are dipping this in almost like really hot water. And yes, there's a little color coming out, but that is alright. That is normal. So we're just going to let that soak for a second. And while we do, we're going to grab some fabric softener. We're going to put however much you feel like into the soup. I'm going to do quite a bit because this is a big wig and I did mess it up quite a bit. So, and then we're just going to mix it up a bit. It is really hot. When the water cools down a little bit more, I am going to use my hands, but it is really hot, so I am using this screwdriver I found. I think that is good, so give me 1 second to dry off my hand. This is what our soup's looking like. Now we're going to let this rest for a while and come back in about 30 minutes to check on it. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so while I take the pins out of the foam balls from the wig, I want to talk for a minute. So, when I did that UK trip video, obviously that did not go the way that I intended it to, and it didn't show it on camera very much, but I was actually really devastated. I spent so much time and money and effort. I put so much into that trip and it just didn't work out. And I truly think it would have if I had, if everything had gone right. Obviously, I think as soon as I got to Scotland I would have been fine, but not leaving the US at all was pretty devastating. And not to mention the fact that I was in the Orlando airport for 14 hours. In hindsight, I do kind of wish that I did take the 5 a.m. flight home, because I could have saved that money and spent more time in Vegas, or saved up for my next endeavors, or just saved money and gone to circus school. Because since I posted my circus school video, that's the only time I've been able to go. And I mean, that is because I'm sick and I can afford to go again, but my body won't let me at the moment, unfortunately. I would have gone this week again if I could have, but we need to take care of ourselves sometimes, and that is okay. I had a really great time at that trapeze class. The scariest part of it was actually jumping off of the platform, which, if you've seen my video, it looks pretty scary. I thought the scariest part would be like climbing up the ladder, but that part seemed to be fine, but jumping was terrifying. I really hope I can do aerial hoop again, but this specific place that I'm going to doesn't really seem to have good hoop classes. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I want to keep doing trapeze. I want to try to do hoop. For some reason, every time I work on something, if I'm watching something while I'm doing it, I remember like what I was doing vividly. When I was painting these, I was watching Markiplier play Rat Smacker for some reason, and now that's just in my brain whenever I look at these. Because these took me so long to paint, and I don't remember if I had to do multiple coats or not, but look at that nasty dent. But I'm going to save these, hopefully, to use as wig heads or something. I want to, like, mount them to the wall. Also, I don't know if you know, but in the background there, you can see the stuff on the wall. That's when I spray painted glitter onto the fork. So that's kind of funny. Oh, I do have to redo the bottom part of the fork again. I think I showed you guys. When I repainted, or when I went to go paint the fork, the foam just started dissolving, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what the deal with that foam is, but I gotta figure it out. Here's all the pins. I thought it would be more than that. Oh yeah, and the bows from the wig. These are so cute. I think I have to reuse these. The backs are ugly, but no one's gonna see those. So my idea for redoing this wig, I want to take the 40 yards of tulle that I got and cut them into like strips and sew them together, and then put wires in them, and I'm hoping the wires will give enough like strength into the wig for what I want. The wire that I bought is not close, it's pretty far off from the color of the wig and the tulle, so I'm just hoping that it's not very visible, or if it is visible it looks fine. But fingers crossed. If it doesn't work, I literally don't know what to do about that. So I think my next steps are going to be ordering some red micro suede and the stuff for the big strawberry skirt again. I'm hoping to reuse the gingham skirt from the last one, because that was very, not like difficult, but tedious. And I did so good on those bows and ribbons, I just want to be able to reuse it. So fingers crossed. I'm okay with redoing it. I'm going to do it the same that I did last time, but it's so annoying. And I could probably reuse the fabric again too. Oh, I just don't want to. Alright, I took her soup out a little early, but I hung up the pigtails to dry. I know they look gnarly now. We're going to fix that. And then here is the top piece. It is still dripping wet. I literally don't have a towel to dry these off with, so this is gonna have to do. And I do think there's still some styling gel or something in there, but that's alright. We will make it work. These are going to probably take all night to dry. Now that is all that I wanted to do tonight. I kind of feel like I could do more, but also I'm really tired, and tomorrow I need to pack for my trip. So I think I'm gonna rest. Hi, it's been a literal week since I've recorded this, but I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know what is gonna happen next week, but we're gonna find out together. I am probably gonna work on Miku some more, but I don't know what yet because I need supplies. But we'll figure something out. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, let me know in the comments. Go check out my Instagram, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
Stand tall, never gonna fall. Determination in our eyes, we'll rise above it all. Stand tall with the challenge we face. We stand proud and chase.